Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Science with Akshma. In today's video, I will explain chapter 2 acid, bases and salts. So हम इस chapter में देखेंगे कि कैसे substances को acids बोलेंगे, base and salts. किन किन substance को अपन categorize कर सकते हैं as a acid, bases and salts. So फर्स्ट अपन देखते हैं एसिड्स के बारे में. सो व्हाट आर दी एसिड्स? सो एसिड्स आर दी केमिकल सब्सटेंसेस व्हेन डिसॉल्व इन वाटर it dissociates into H positive ion. Again I am repeating, these are the substances when dissolved in water it dissociates into H positive ions, and when we dip litmus paper, blue litmus paper to the acidic substances, it turns to red. So acidic substances turn blue litmus to red. Now there are two categories of the acidic substances. One is strong acids, another is weak acids. Now strong acids means the substances, the acidic substances which completely dissociate into ion when dissolved in water. Example of strong acids are hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid. Now example of weak acids, acetic acids, oxalic acids. Means the acidic substances which when we dissolve in water, it does not dissociate completely into its ion. That is known as weak acids. Now there are some other terms related to acid like concentrated acids and dilute acid. Concentrated acid means there is more concentration of more amount of acid and less amount of water. That is known as concentrated acid. And dilute acids means the acid which have more amount of water compared to the acid. That acid is known as dilute acid. Now there is a process that is known as dilution. What is dilution? When if you will take concentrated acid and if you will add water to this acid, that process is known as dilution. Yes. So now what are the physical property of acids? So acids are generally sour in taste, like lemon taste, you know. So acids are sour in taste and it turn blue litmus to red, and it dissociate into H positive ion in water. This is very important point. When acids are dissolved in water, it always produce H positive ions. You can take the example of this, like when we dissolve HCl. When we dissolve HCl to water, it will get breakdown into ions, that is H positive aqueous ion and Cl negative. So in water it produces two ions, H positive ion and Cl negative ion. Next, now let's learn about the bases. Now what are the bases? Bases are the chemical substances when dissolved in water, it dissociate into OH negative ion, OH negative ions, and these substances turn red litmus paper to blue. Litmus is a natural indicator which distinguishes the substances whether substance is acidic or basic in nature. Now there are also two categories of bases: strong bases and weak bases. Strong bases means which completely dissociate into its ion when dissolved in water, and weak bases which cannot dissociate completely when dissolved in water. Now example of strong bases: sodium hydroxide NaOH and potassium hydroxide KOH. Example of weak base: ammonium hydroxide NH4OH. Now there is a one term alkali related to bases. Generally all the bases are not soluble in water. So only some bases are soluble in water. So the bases which are soluble in water is known as alkali. For that we will use the particular term. Now what are the physical property of the bases? So bases are generally bitter in taste and turn red litmus to blue. B for base and it turns to blue. So red litmus turn to blue. Now when dissolved in water, it dissociates to give OH negative ion. Next is salt. What are the salts? So salts are formed when acid and base react. That time salts are formed. So they are formed when an acid react with base. For example, sodium hydroxide, it is a base, and HCl, it is an acid. So when a base react with acid, it form salt and water. So in this reaction, NaCl is the salt. So there are some examples of salt like calcium chloride, CaCl2. It is formed when calcium hydroxide react with hydrochloric acid. KCl, potassium chloride. It is formed when KOH, potassium hydroxide, react with hydrochloric acid. And sodium sulfate. All these are the example of the salts. Now indicators. What are the indicators? Till now we have learnt about what are acids and bases. So अब हम एसिडिक एंड बेसिक सब्सटेंस को डिस्टिंग्विश कैसे करेंगे? तो उनको डिस्टिंग्विश करने के लिए कुछ सब्सटेंसेस होते हैं, उन सब्सटेंसेस को हम इंडिकेटर्स बोलते हैं. So indicators. What are the indicators? These are the substances used to test whether a substance is acidic or basic in nature. Now there are three types of indicator. First is natural indicator, then synthetic indicator and olfactory indicators. Now natural indicator, these indicators are found in nature and help in distinguish between the acidic substance or basic substance. Example of natural indicator, litmus and turmeric. Litmus, already as you know, in the case of acidic substances, blue litmus turn to red, and in the case of basic substances, in basic solution, that red litmus turn to blue. Next is the synthetic. Synthetic indicators means man-made indicators, man-made chemicals which help in distinguish between acidic substance and basic substance. Example of synthetic indicators are phenolphthalein and methyl orange. Now olfactory indicators. Olfactory indicators, these are the substances which through their smell help in distinguish between acidic substance and basic substance. For example, vanilla and onion. Vanilla. Now let us see this how the phenolphthalein and methyl orange work. As methyl orange is a synthetic indicator. If you will add few drops of phenolphthalein indicator to basic solution, it turn to blue. While in case of acidic solution, it remain colorless. Similarly, now in olfactory indicator with vanilla. In the case of basic substances, the smell of the substance in smell of vanilla increases, while in case of acidic substance, the smell can decrease or it can disappear. Similar with the onion. If you will take some juice of onion, then in the case of base, its smell increases, and in the case of acids, its smell decreases. Now with the help of this table, we will see how these particular indicators help us to distinguish between acidic and basic substances. So first is about red litmus. Red litmus, its original color is red. When you will dip red litmus paper to acidic solution, then there will be no change in its color. But if you will dip red litmus paper to basic solution, it turn to blue. Now if you will take blue litmus paper, and you know its original color is blue. Now if you will dip blue litmus paper to acidic solution, it turn to red. In the case of acidic solution, blue litmus turn to red, while in the case of basic solution, there will be no change. While in the case of basic solution, there will be no change. So for check the acidity or basicity of the solution, we will use red litmus paper. If any substance will be acid, then no change in the red litmus paper, but it turn the, when you will dip red litmus paper to basic solution, it turn to blue. Now turmeric. Turmeric, its original color, its solution's original color is yellow. If you will add some solution of turmeric to acidic substance or acidic solution, then there will be no change. While if you will add turmeric to basic solution, then it turn to reddish brown. In the case of basic solution, turmeric turn the basic solution to the reddish brown. Now these are the synthetic indicator phenolphthalein and methyl orange. Now methyl orange, its original color is colorless, means no color, colorless. If you will add some drops of phenolphthalein to acidic solution, then there will be no change in color, it will remain colorless. But if you will add few drops of phenolphthalein to basic solution, then solution turn to pink, then immediately solution turns to pink. This indicates that this given solution is basic in nature. Another indicator is methyl orange, and its original color is orange. If you will add methyl orange to acidic solution, it turn to red, color change to red. And if you will add methyl orange, then its color change to yellow, means from orange to yellow. Now onion. Onion and vanilla are the example of olfactory indicators. Olfactory indicators means through the help of smell they distinguish between acidic and basic substances. So if you will bring these substances, onion or vanilla, in the case of in near to acidic substances, then there will be no change in the smell. But if you will bring onion and vanilla near to basic substances, then there will be no smell. Means we will can't smell the smell of onion. Okay students, that's it for today's class. In next class, we will learn about how the metals react with the acids and bases. Thank you so much for watching.